You're persisting in something every day anyway. And most of the times you're persisting in the story of something that isn't beneficial for you. So saying that you don't want to affirm, you don't want to keep affirming, you don't want to keep focusing doesn't make sense because you already do it. You're focused on something every day. You're focused on a story. You're focused on complaining. You're focused on not having. You're focused on all of the shit that can go wrong in your day-to-day life. Now that you're here, before we start the video, I would like to invite you to join the free Discord server that I made. It is a manifestation community where you can get manifestation buddies, share your success stories, get answers to your manifestation questions, and a whole lot more. Like, there's a bunch of different channels in there. The energy in there is absolutely amazing. So go ahead and look in the description below and just click the link that says join the free Discord server and come hang out with us. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into the video. So I just want to talk about focusing today. I don't think I've made a video about that, just simply focusing. So let's go ahead and get into it. We all know what you focus on grows. I know you've heard that saying before. What you focus on grows. What you give your attention to, what you give your awareness to is what you experience in your reality. And I feel like sometimes there may be issues with focusing. There may be issues with focusing on what it is that you directly want. When you decide on something that you want to manifest, when you decide on something that you want to experience, you can sometimes go back and forth, right? You're asking yourself questions, the what, where, when, how, you're asking yourself, how is this going to be possible for me? Where is it going to come from? When is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? And that's what you're focusing on. And basically what you're focusing on with that is you're focusing on not having your desire. You're focusing on not having it. And when you focus on anything other than having it or you're going to have it, you're creating that experience for yourself, if that makes sense. You are creating a reality where you're focused on not having it, so you don't have it. And the importance that I really just want to make with this video is only focus on what it is that you want. Only focus on the things that you desire to experience. And that goes for your reality and the specific things you want to manifest, but that also goes for yourself. Focus only on being the version of you who has what they want. Focus on being the version of you who has their desires. And it could be a broad thing that you focus on. I have stated in a couple of coaching calls where you can focus on existing in one state of being, okay? And focus on this state of being so broad. You are happy. You are fulfilled. Your life is perfect. Life is so easy. Everything goes your way. You're not affirming for something specific, but you are focusing on being the version of you who has the perfect life, who has an amazing life, who is so happy all the time, who always gets exactly what they want. And because you're focused on that, your reality has to reflect that. And now when you go to decide on specific things, those specific things show up in your reality. When you decide to manifest specific things, those specific things will appear because you already exist in the state of being where everything goes your way. Everything goes the way you want it to. Life is so easy for you. What are you focused on? And focus does come with mindfulness, in my opinion, because if you just take the next 24 hours, and I know that you're going to be asleep for however many hours out of that 24, but take the next 24 hours, okay, and pay attention to what your thoughts are. Pay attention to the things that you're thinking. Pay attention to the things that you're speaking. And I mean, pay attention to the opposing thoughts that might come in. Pay attention to the logical thoughts. Pay attention to the ego when the ego is trying to talk to you. Pay attention to how consistent you are with focusing on your desired reality only. Pay attention to how you are throughout your day for the next 24 hours and ask yourself, are you being the version of you who has it? Are you focused on being the version of you who has it? Or are you more so focused on being the version of you who doesn't have it? Because the doubts, the fears, the wavering, the resistance, none of that stuff manifests for one, but it can prolong it, in my opinion. It can hold you back. But I also want to tell you that none of that stuff really exists. Resistance doesn't exist. Blocks don't exist. Wavering isn't real. All of that stuff is just you believing that you don't have what you want. That's it. Resistance is you resisting yourself, resisting the fact that you can have what you want. There is no resistance. There is no resistance between you and what you desire. You believe that you have resistance. You believe that there is something keeping you from what you want. You believe that you have resistance against this thing, so it's going to take a long time. But what happens when you tell yourself, I don't have resistance to anything? I don't have resistance. And you only focus on being the version of you who can have exactly what they want. Because who has resistance? Resistance doesn't exist in my reality. Blocks. Blocks don't exist. That's you blocking yourself. So what happens when you decide to focus on, nothing is blocking me. There's no blocks don't even exist for me. Blocks don't exist in my reality. There's nothing blocking me. I would never block myself from my desire. Actually, I have it right now. I have exactly what I want. I'm not blocking anything. You focus on resistance, you get resistance. You focus on blocks, you get blocks. What about wavering? Wavering is just you basically having faith in the unseen, having faith in what you don't want, because you're having these wavering thoughts of, why don't I have this thing? It's not working. This didn't work for me. I did everything that I could. Like, manifestation is so hard, and you're just wavering. Wavering is you identifying as the version of you who doesn't have it. That is it. And it's accompanied by feelings and emotions that don't make you feel good at all. Wavering does not feel good at all. So why do you continue to do it? Why do we continue to waver when it doesn't feel good, when it doesn't make you happy? Because it's comfortable. It's where you've naturally existed for so long. You are used to complaining about things, so it's just easy for you to complain about the circumstances that you see in front of you. It's just easier to complain. But when we look at all of these things, whether it's resistance, blocks, wavering, or anything else, overthinking, all of it is just you being focused on something that is other than you having exactly what you want. So until you break that cycle of not focusing on these things, not focusing on these circumstances that you see in your reality, because remember, the circumstances are only there because you put them there some kind of way. It's not your job, this is my opinion, but it is not your job to go figure out how the circumstance got there. Because then you're going to go down a rabbit hole of looking, searching, finding, looking, searching, finding, and you're going to continue to find stuff that still keeps it there in your reality. And we want to break the illusion that this thing is real. You want to break the illusion that this circumstance is permanent and that is just your destiny. Nothing is your destiny unless you decide it. Nothing is your destiny. Anything can be changed. But what are you focused on? Are you focused on just hanging out in your reality? Are you just focused on being distracted all day long? Which there's nothing wrong with that, because I do believe in a healthy balance. But are you taking the time to focus on your desires? Because yes, I do believe that you need to take some type of time out of your day to focus on what it is that you want. If it's not there right now, then you need to focus. If it didn't show up in the time frame that you wanted it to, if it didn't show up instantly, if it didn't show up the moment you decided it was yours, then you need to focus. And you need to be sure that you are aligning yourself with the version of you who has it. And the only way that you do that is to affirm, to visualize, to use your imagination in any kind of way. If you want to go in meditation and feel it real, if you want to script, put stuff in water, it doesn't matter. But make sure that you are keeping yourself aligned with that reality, with that version of yourself, that state of being. Because if you can maintain that state of being, and I go like this because it's a feeling within, like when you can maintain that state of being, that state of being has to be reflected to you. It has to be your reality. But in my opinion, it's going to come through focus. And focus looks different for everybody. Some people like to do meditation and just do focused affirming. Some people like to just do a saturation session and walk around affirming all day. Some people like to script and use ChatGPT. Whatever it is, use your focus in the right way. You have control over your thoughts. You have control over your attention. And whatever you put your attention on is what your awareness is. And whatever your awareness is, that is what you experience in your reality. If you are aware that you are the person who can manifest anything and get anything that you want, if you're aware of being that version of you, then you have to experience that version of you. But if you are aware that things don't go your way and I keep trying and I keep affirming and it's not working and I don't know what I did to mess this up, I don't know where I went wrong, but manifestation is not working for me. That's who you're being aware of. Your awareness is it doesn't work. So you experience a reality where it seemingly doesn't work, but newsflash, that is a successful manifestation. It's just a successful manifestation. You've just proven to yourself that you exist in a reality where it seems like you can't manifest. But the same way that you can do that, you can also exist in a reality where you absolutely manifest everything that you desire. But it takes the focus. Focus on that reality only. Stop focusing on your circumstances. Stop focusing on all the negative. Stop focusing on trying to be logical about it. Stop focusing on trying to rationalize and figure out why, where, and when. And stop focusing on that stuff because it's not beneficial. In my opinion, it's not beneficial. It does not help you in no way, shape, or form. The same focus that you can give to a Netflix movie, the same focus that you can give to these negative circumstances and just dwell in them, is the same focus that you can give to something that you desire to see with your physical eyes. And the only reason why you don't see these things with your physical eyes right now is because you have not focused on it. All it takes is for you to put it into your awareness, but continue to put it into your awareness. Continue to focus on it, because what does it hurt? Until you can physically see that you are the version of you who gets things when you want them, continue to focus on them. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no harm in that. I've heard people say, I don't like affirming. It's stressful. I don't like affirming. It's just work. You're thinking all day anyway. You're thinking all day anyway. So if you're not thinking about what you want, then what are you thinking about? What are your thoughts? What are you focused on? If you're not focused on having what you want, you can't tell me that you are driving in the car, getting dressed for the day, going to bed at night, eating, whatever, and you're not thinking about a single thing. Because y'all like to refer back to science. Science says that you have about 60,000 thoughts per day. So what are you thinking in all of those moments? Because if you're not thinking about having your desire, what are you thinking about? What are you focused on? If you're not focused on having your desire, then that's where the issue is. That's where the problem lies, in my opinion. Catch yourself, be aware, be mindful, and focus on only what it is that you want. Focus on what you want. If you are a part of my membership, right now we're doing a consistency workshop where it is working on consistency and discipline and showing up for yourself every single day, focusing on your desire at some point in time throughout your day, every single day for 4 weeks. Consistency, discipline gives you results, again, in my opinion. But we're going through this workshop right now, and I will have this workshop available for everybody next month. If you are somebody who resonates with that, where you feel like you need accountability, you need consistency, you need discipline, this workshop will be for you. But we're working on that right now because there is a lot of power in that. Because you are showing up for yourself every single day, but you are showing up and focused as that version of you who has what they want, and you're not accepting anything less. You're not accepting anything that you do not want. And if it's something you don't want, you don't even see it. You don't care about it. It's not worthy of your attention. It's just not. If you order something from Amazon and you receive it and it's not exactly what you want, are you going to keep it? Are you just going to make it work? Are you just going to accept what you were given? No. Because that's not what you ordered. That's not the order that you placed. You didn't ask for that thing. You asked for something specific. So you're going to send it back until you get that specific thing that you ordered. Your reality is the same way. Your affirmations is you putting in your order. You're putting in your order. What you're focusing on is you putting in your order with your higher self, okay? With your subconscious, whatever you identify, you're putting that order in. And that order is being delivered to you at whatever rate you decide, okay? Because the shipping, you know how you can select how fast you want to get your package at checkout? You can select how fast you get your manifestation, your desire into your experience. But you select the shipping. You select the time that it takes. Because if you are the version who has it now, then there's no time delays. There's no space in between your manifestation. That's just what it is right now. And because that's your dominant thought, because your subconscious understands repetition and that's what you focused on, your subconscious is like, okay, bet, that's our reality. That's what we're experiencing right now. Boom, here you go. Physical experience. You are in control of the order. You are in control of the shipping rate. You are in control of it all. You're in control of it all. But control your focus. That's the point of this video. Control your focus. If you catch yourself slipping, dwelling, overthinking, worrying, being focused on something that isn't what you want, stop yourself, be mindful, and redirect those thoughts. Redirect them and go back into being the version of you who has what they want. Go back to being the version of you and assuming that state of being. Because I believe the longer you can assume that state and hold that state of being, it has to become your reality. Because if it does not happen instantly for you, you just had another thought that was more dominant. And that's okay. You can make the new thought dominant. Just keep repeating it. Keep persisting in it. Keep telling yourself a story. Because the thing is, you're persisting in something any day, every day anyway. You're persisting in something every day anyway. And most of the times you're persisting in the story of something that isn't beneficial for you. So saying that you don't want to affirm, you don't want to keep affirming, you don't want to keep focusing doesn't make sense because you already do it. You're focused on something every day. You're focused on a story. You're focused on complaining. You're focused on not having. You're focused on all of the shit that can go wrong in your day-to-day life. You are focused on something every day. So to say that you don't want to affirm, again, does not make sense. Focus on your true desire. Focus on your reality. Focus on what it is that you desire to have right now. And focus on it as if you have it right now. And doing that every day instead of being consistent with what you've been consistent with, and that is the opposite of what you want. Be consistent with what you want every day. It does not hurt to affirm every day because you do it anyway. Affirming is thinking, and you're thinking every day, all day. Unless you're a person who does not think thoughts and think all day, every day, which I'm assuming is very rare, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. The biggest thing that you can do for yourself is show up for yourself and show up for yourself in the way that benefits you. Show up for yourself. Talk to yourself nicely. Give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. You've learned that you're a conscious creator. You learn that you control every part of your existence and every part of your reality. That can be a lot to take in for some people. Give yourself grace. But at the same time, only focus on what you want and understand no matter what your physical reality is showing you, everything is always working out perfectly for you. Everything is always working in your favor. Remind yourself of that because no matter what the circumstance is, you're assigning meaning to it anyway. You're assigning meaning to it. Give it a good meaning. Give it a positive meaning because just because you can't physically see something moving with your eyes doesn't mean it's not moving. Things are ever flowing. So focus, put your focus on only what you want. Stay there, stay in that reality indefinitely, honestly. Stay in that reality and don't come out of it. And once you enter that state, don't exit it. And that is how your desires show up for you. Okay. So if you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them down below. If you would like to join my membership, I have 2 different tiers. Group coaching is the favorite. All of the details for that is below in the description. If you're interested in having any type of coaching with me, I do offer phone and email coaching. The email, you will get 5 emails in a package. The phone calls, you can either do 1 call or a 4-call package. I have them in 30 minutes and 1 hour. You can do a voice or a video call. And if you're watching this video today, I highly recommend that you come back to the video on Friday because I'm going to have a little something special for you all. I will announce it in the next video. So make sure, I never say this, but make sure you have like the little bell turned on or make sure you subscribe, whatever. Make sure you're a part of the team, okay? Make sure you join the family over here. So that way when I post this next video on Friday, you will get a notification and you will be able to see this little something special that I have for you all, okay? Other than that, if you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much and I will see you in the next video.